Hey guys, Mr. Moscato with you again. All right, so we have a quick follow-up here to our parallel lines discussion from before. All right, so what I want you guys to do is take a look at this problem. All right, which of these lines are parallel? All right, so take a look at these problems, pause the video, and see if you can figure out whether any of these lines are parallel. All right, so the answer could be that two of the lines are parallel, uh, all three lines are parallel, or none of the lines are parallel. All right, so take a moment, pause the video, and see if you can figure out, all right, if any of these lines are parallel to each other. All right, so give yourselves a couple of minutes, figure it out, see if you can figure it out, and then we'll come back. All right, so hopefully you tried to work these out. All right, so let's go through the discussion here then. All right, so I see that I have three linear equations. All right, I have three linear equations in three different forms. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so we have y equals 4x minus 3. This is in y-intercept form. Okay, so y-intercept form. All right, the first one. The second one is y minus 2 equals 4 times x plus 8. Okay, this is in point slope form. Okay, point slope, not slop, but slope point. Okay, and then the last one is in standard form. Okay, standard. All right, ax plus by equals c. All right, that form. All right, so I can take a look at my y-intercept equation, or my equation that's in y-intercept form, and I can take a look at the equation that's in point slope form, and I can figure out right away whether or not if they are parallel, all right, because the slope is right there for me to see. All right, in y-intercept form, all right, y equals 4x minus 3, my equation, right, my slope is right here. Okay, my slope is 4. Okay, so that's right there for me to see. All right, in my other equation, point slope form equation, right, I have y minus 2 equals, right, equals what? Equals 4 times x plus 8. Okay, all right, so what do we have there? All right, well, my slope is right here. It's right there for me to see. All right, so I know right away that these two lines are parallel. Okay. Now let's expand this question just a tiny bit. Are these equations of the same line, or are these equations of two different lines? All right. So the easiest way to figure it out, I think, right, is to figure out what the y-intercepts are, right? Because parallel lines, right, will run along each other, but they're not necessarily going to hit all the same points, right? They're going to have different y intercepts. Okay, they're either going to be one line on top of each other, all right, where all the points are going to be in common, or they are going to be two separate lines, okay, with two separate y-intercepts. All right, so in terms of figuring out the y-intercept, all right, well, if I'm in the y-intercept form, y equals 4x minus 3, my y-intercept is here, all right, -3. All right, so this has a y-intercept of -3. Now, the line that is in point slope form, we have to do a little bit of math, all right, to figure out what the y-intercept is going to be there. All right, so remember that anytime that we have a y-intercept, or we're looking for a y-intercept, all right, our x value is going to be 0. So I can rewrite this equation, all right, and put in a 0 for x. All right, so this is going to give me y minus 2 equals, all right, 4 times 0, x value of 0, all right, plus 8, okay, which is going to give me y minus 2 equals 4 times 8, all right, y minus 2, all right, equals 32. All right, we're going to add 2 to each side. So y is going to equal 34. All right, which means that when x equals 0, y equals 34. So my y-intercept of this equation, all right, so the y-intercept, all right, is going to equal 32. All right, so these are not the same line. All right, the top line has a y-intercept of -3. The bottom line, or the point slope line, has a y-intercept of 32. So these are going to cross the y-axis at very different points. All right, they are parallel. All right, but they are crossing the y-axis at two different points. All right, so that means that they are not the same line. Let's figure out now if our equation of the line that is in standard form is parallel, all right, to the other two lines. All right, so we have this line, all right, or this description of a line, which is at 8x minus 2y equals 5. All right, we have a literal equation. The easiest thing to do, I think, is to solve for y, get the equation of the line in y-intercept form. Okay, so we're going to solve for y. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to get the y by itself. All right, so what's in the way? I'm going to subtract 8x there. I'm going to subtract 8x from over here, which is going to leave me with negative 2y equals negative 8x plus 5. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we are going to divide, right? So what's in the way? We're multiplying y by a -2, so we're going to divide by -2. And if we divide by -2, we have to divide by -2 over here as well. Okay, so everything gets divided by -2. All right, which is going to leave me with y equals -8 divided by -2 is a +4. So I'm going to be left with 4x and then a 5 divided by a -2. All right, we're just going to leave it as an improper fraction. And that's going to be minus 5 over 2. All right, so we take a look at this slope, and we can see that our slope of our equation that was in standard form is 4. So these lines are all parallel to each other, right? So this is also parallel, And to take it a step further, right, are these three lines the same line, right, or are they different lines? Well, the y-intercept of this line is at -5/2. All right, so we have three different lines that are parallel. All right, the first line, the y-intercept line, had a y-intercept of -3. The second line, which was in point slope form, has a y-intercept of 32. And the third line, which was started off in standard form, has a y-intercept of -5/2. All right, so we take a look at three parallel lines, all right, that cross the y-axis, right? Each one crosses the y-axis at a different point, but they are parallel. All right, so which of these lines are parallel? They are all parallel. All right, so hopefully that that clears up any misunderstandings about uh, lines or equations of lines in different forms. All right, and that's it. All right, so I hope you are still enjoying your snow day, and we'll see you soon. All right, this is Mr. Mascaro signing off. Bye bye.